Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel pscinfotech. Today I am going to share basic JavaScript interview questions and answers with you. This is part 1 of JavaScript interview questions and answers series. These are very basic interview questions. Any interviewer first check your fundamentals. If your fundamentals are clear, then your chance of selection is very high in that interview. So you must prepare these interview questions and answers before go to any interview. Now let's start with question number 1. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a lightweight interpreted scripting language. It runs on the client browser. JavaScript can update and change both HTML and CSS. JavaScript can calculate, manipulate and validate data. A web page has three things: HTML, CSS and JavaScript. HTML is used for design the page, CSS is used for look and feel in the page, JavaScript is used for write your logic. In simple word, we say that JavaScript is used for creating dynamic web pages. What is interpreted language? Interpreted language is a scripting language. It executes instructions directly from start to end without compiling a program into machine language instructions. The interpreter reads each statement of code and then convert or execute it directly as an output. So interpreter basically accepts source code and directly show the output in the browser. What is scripting language? Scripting language is a kind of programming language. The scripting language is basically a language where instructions are written for a runtime environment. It has a series of commands that executes on the client browser without being compiled. So example of scripting languages are JavaScript, VBScript, Node.js, Ruby, etc. What is the difference between scripting language and programming language? Programming language are compiled. It needs compiler to compile the code. Programming language creates binary files or executable files and memory will be allocated. Example of programming language are C, C++, Java, C#, etc. Scripting language. Scripting language are interpreted. No need of compiler to compile the code. Scripting language does not create any binary files or executable files and no memory will be allocated. Example of scripting language are JavaScript, VBScript, Perl, Python, etc. Where does JavaScript code runs? JavaScript code runs on web browser. A browser or web browser is an application which accessing information on the web. Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Safari, etc. are example of web browsers. A web browser or a web page has three things: HTML, CSS or JavaScript. HTML is used for design the page. CSS is used for look and feel in the page. JavaScript is used for write your logic. What are the advantages of using JavaScript? The main advantages of JavaScript are speed. JavaScript is very fast because it runs directly in the web browser. Simplicity. JavaScript is simple to learn and implement. Popularity. JavaScript is used everywhere on the web. Google, Amazon, PayPal, etc. use JavaScript as a tool. Interoperability. JavaScript plays nicely with other programming languages and can be used in a huge variety of applications. Server load. JavaScript operates on the client side. Data validation is possible on the browser itself rather than sending it off to the server. Richer interfaces. JavaScript provides various interfaces to developer for creating catchy web pages. Drag and drop components or slides may give a rich interface to the web pages. JavaScript is capable of front-end as well as back-end development. Back-end development uses Node.js while many libraries help in front-end development like Angular, React.js, etc. What are the disadvantages of JavaScript? Client-side security. JavaScript code is visible to everyone. Others may use it for malicious purpose. Browser support. Different browsers interprets JavaScript differently. The older browsers does not support some new functions and we need to check them as well. Rendering stopped. A single code error can stop the rendering of the entire JavaScript code on the website. Lack of debugging facility. Though some HTML editors support debugging, it is not as efficient as other editors like C++ editors. Also, as the browser does not show any error, it is difficult for the developer to detect the problem. Single inheritance. JavaScript only supports single inheritance and not multiple inheritance. Some programs may require this object-oriented language characteristic. What are the differences between Java and JavaScript? Java is object-oriented programming language. It has file extension .java. It can run on any virtual machine or browser. It requires entire JDK to write a program. JavaScript is object-based scripting language. It has file extension .js. It runs on the browser. It requires only text editor. So we write our entire code in text editor and display on browser. What is the use of console.log method in JavaScript? All modern browsers have a web console for debugging. The console.log method is used to write message to this console. The console.log method is useful for testing purpose. The syntax of console.log method is console.log. Inside log method we write our message. So example, console.log, welcome to pscinfotech. Console.log 2 plus 5, it's display 7. Console.log 1 triple equal to 1, it's so true. So see here, we have just print the output message here in our console. So first display, welcome to pscinfotech. Second display, 2 plus 5 equal to 7. Third display, 1 double equals 1, it is true. 1 triple equal to string 1, it's false because 1 is integer type and right side 1 is string type. So data is same, value is same, but data type is not same, so it's display false value. So we can easily check different value using this one. What are the different way to display data in JavaScript? JavaScript can display data in different ways. Writing into the HTML output using document.write method, writing into an alert box using alert method, writing into an HTML element using inner HTML method, writing into the browser console using console.log method. Remember, console.log always display data in console window. So see, I have used two p tag. One p tag has id my id and second p tag has id my id1. So I have used document.get element by id my id. It's display welcome to pscinfotech, and second get element by id I have so my id1 dot inner HTML I have written 5 plus 7, it's display 12, and alert box so welcome to pscinfotech, and also I have written document.write welcome to pscinfotech. So these are the output type we have used using different methods. Thanks my dear friends for watching this entire video. Hope you have enjoyed with this video. Please feel free to comment if you have any query or question in your mind. I will give you answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for more latest videos. All the best. Thank you very much. Bye bye.